Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah. Today I created this makeup look. I used the Makeup Revolution Fiercest Fire palette. I looked online and I'm not sure if it's able to be sold individually. I actually got mine for free with purchase whenever I bought the Makeup Revolution Emily Edit, the Wants palette, which I already did a video on. I will link that down below. But since that was $20, it was free. Like, you get this palette free if you spend $15 or more, which is a great palette. But I'm not sure if you can buy it individually. But I will still try to link this down below. This is a very, very good quality palette. I actually used this for the first time today on my eyes. My only thing is I kind of don't like it whenever makeup palettes do not include a mirror, but since this was free with purchase, like, I feel like I can't even really mention that or, you know, say that that's an issue. It just seems like the packaging is good quality. I really, really like this. So if you want to see how I did today's look, make sure you keep on watching. So I do already have my base on, I already have my foundation. I actually have a video about that. I will link it down below. I use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. The only thing different product that I use is I now use this Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Powder, which I really highly recommend. I will probably mention that in my favorites video. Today's eye look, I'm gonna be using this palette. And I haven't done this eyeshadow look yet. I actually haven't used these eyeshadows on my eyes. I have swatched them, but I was planning and I kind of put together a look in my mind, like I put swatches to kind of see how the eyeshadows would look together. So hopefully this turns out okay. I think it will. I already have my eyes primed. I'm using the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer, the only shadow primer that I use. Highly recommend it. So we are going to start out with a transition shade. Also, these shadows aren't named, but I will show you which ones that I'm using. So for the transition shade, I'm going to be using this one right here, and I'm just going to be using it on this brush, which I use in a lot of tutorials. Just get some on, tap off the excess. Whew, that's very powdery. Okay, hopefully there's not a lot of fallout with this because I do already have my face makeup on. Also, I still have not gotten my brows done, so I'm sorry about that again. I plan on getting them done soon. I apologize. Yeah, there's definitely fallout with these eyeshadow shades, but as long as you tap it off, I don't really see any on my eyes, so that's kind of just my assessment about that. And then below, my goal, I think I'm gonna put this in the title as well, but I kind of want to make like a sunset looking eye because that's just kind of what I thought about whenever I saw this palette. So below that, I'm going to be using this burnt orange color right here below that transition area, and I'm going to be using this Sigma E34 brush. So just packing that on there and just kind of putting that all over on my crease below where I put that transition shade. Yes, this is a very pretty burnt orange color. I like it. And then below that shade, I'm going to use the E47 brush, and I'm going to use this. It's actually kind of like a rose gold color, but I think it will go well with the theme of kind of like a sunset look on the eyes. So just pack that on, tap off the excess. Yeah, okay. That is showing up a little bit. Yeah, that's showing up. Okay, and then the sun in the sunset look, I actually am going to be using this gold shade, but I want to make that more vibrant, so I'm going to be using this NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk, and I'm going to kind of put that below that shade that I just put down, and it might overlap a little bit, but that is okay. And don't worry, we are going to blend this out because that's a little intense right now. I really, really like this NYX pencil, and it's pretty affordable too. I'm pretty sure it's only like $5. Yeah, that looks good. Since I haven't actually put this on the eye, I'm gonna see what it looks like without spraying the brush with setting spray. I'm going to be using this E60 Sigma brush, just packing that on and seeing how this shows up. Yeah, I think I'm going to spray that to make that even more intense. I mean, it is pretty right now, so I'm just gonna spray that with some all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. Yes, so actually I have mentioned in a video before that I don't like gold shades all over the lid, but this is actually more yellow toned gold. I don't know, and also it's just something different. It's nice to change up your eye look as well, right? So I'm liking how that's looking, but I did kind of lose a little bit of this shade, so I'm just going to apply that, and then I think I'm gonna put some more of that orange on as well, just so we can get all of the colors. Yeah, this is definitely not my normal makeup look, but I like how it's looking so far. Put some more of that orange on. I didn't really lose too much of that, but just want to make that a little bit more intense. And then I'm going to be, there it is. And then I'm gonna take my Sigma E40, like really fluffy blending brush, and just kind of all blend that together. Actually, why not reapply all of the shades, right? So put a little bit more of that transition shade on there. And then kind of blend it. And I gotta say, this kind of turned out how I thought it would in my head, so I'm very happy about that. For a highlight, I'm just gonna take the back side of this brush and take this really light brown shade. Personally, I wish it were a little bit lighter, but it is okay. Ooh, yeah. Just kidding. I don't actually want to do that. I'm actually just going to take some of my powder and I'm going to use that as a highlight. That's what I'm gonna do. Man, I really need to get my brows done. Okay, so up until when I did the highlight with that brown shade, I was really liking it, but it's okay, I still think it looks good. On my lower lash line, I'm going to take this deep burgundy brown shade right here, and I'm just gonna take this e.l.f. like $1 eyeshadow brush, it's just very generic, and put that on my lower lash line. I think I'm going to mix that with a little bit of the brown to make that a little less intense. It is a pretty shade, I just don't know how much I'm loving it by itself, so I'm just going to take that transition shade brown color that we used right here, kind of put that over top of it. Yeah, okay. That kind of takes away from the intensity a little bit. So I'm just going to curl my lashes before I put on my mascara. And then I'm going to be using, for the first time, this Lancome Monsieur Big. I got this in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale for 50% off. I haven't tried this yet, so hopefully it's really good. The brush looks like this. It's just like a natural, yeah, there we go. It's just like a natural bristle brush, which I kind of prefer. I found on the rubber brushes that they kind of, I don't know, kind of pulls on my lashes a little bit and hurts some. That's just personal preference. So it looks, so far, don't worry, I'm gonna do multiple coats of mascara because that's just how I do, that it really does a good job at separating them, I would say. Okay, so I got a little carried away on this eye. It did actually start clumping together, so I tried to save it with this Benefit Roller Lash, which has like a good separating wand. I think I did okay at separating of them, but my left eye, I believe, looks better just because this was the first time that I used that mascara and I liked my lashes to be as big and full as possible. So I think I just like went a little bit too far. So like it's just, but I gotta say, with my first impression, I'll kind of get close to where you can see it. I do really like this mascara, but full price it is $25, which is close to the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, which is $24. But this is my first time using it, so I can't necessarily say, you know, yes, for sure it's worth $25. I will be repurchasing this, but I will use it more in the future and then kind of update you guys on that. I am going to now finish the rest of my face makeup. I'm going to be using my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It's very well loved. I'm using my Tarte palette for a really long time, but then I just kind of recently came back to using this a lot. This is just a really, really good bronzer. Also, something that I want to mention that I kind of forget to mention for some reason is I do link all of the products that I use down below, or everything that I can find. So especially like makeup products and brushes and things like that. If you are curious to what I use, check the description box because I usually link that. Also, I link my previous videos and my Instagram. You should follow me there. Especially Sigma brushes, I always link those because they're really great quality brushes. I have a whole video talking about really great Sigma eyeshadow brushes. I got a little crazy on the bronzer, so I'm just gonna kind of blend that out with this buffing brush. And then for blush, I'm going to be using this Tarte brush. It's in the shade Insightful. I really like this. I'm not sure if it's a limited edition. If it is, I'm really sorry, but a friend just recently gave that to me. Thank you, Sarah, I appreciate you. I'm just gonna be using it on this blush brush. I think that this is a really beautiful shade. And then highlight, I'm going to be using this Becca highlight in the shade Opal. It looks like this. I recently started using this a lot. Like, I don't have a huge makeup collection by any means, but I definitely do have a significant amount of highlighters to choose from, but I've just been really reaching for this one a lot. It's just a gorgeous color. Will definitely be in my favorites. I'm going to be using this fan brush. Just put it over there. So for lips, I'm gonna start with lining my lips with this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Blackmail. And I'm just gonna line them this time. Usually I fill it in, but I'm just gonna do the edges this time. And then over top of this, I don't have the full lipstick color, but I just got like this little sample of a lot of different Urban Decay lipsticks, and the shade looks like this. I actually do not know the name at the time because it's kind of rubbed off, but I will find that and put it on the screen, as well as mention it in the description box down below. But to apply that, I will be using this E56 Sigma brush. And I've mentioned this in a video before, but I really like these Sigma brushes because, well, especially this one, because it's really good for putting on lip shades as well. So I'm just going to get it on the brush. It's just a really good, precise brush for this. I really like this shade because it's a very wearable red. So I will probably plan on getting the full size of that, but whenever it's on sale, because Urban Decay is not cheap, if you know what I'm saying. Worth it, but not cheap. Anyway, so now that my makeup is done, I'm going to set this with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I usually set my face before I put my mascara on, like whenever I'm just doing my makeup day to day, that's how I do it. But for some reason, whenever I film videos, I always just want to jump in on the mascara train after I finish my eyeshadow look. But anyway, that was just like a little tangent. So that completes today's look. I want to thank you again for watching. Make sure you like this video if you like makeup tutorials and would like to see more like this, and I will see you in my next video.